All right, so over the years, my favorite thing for the speed training stuff and what you're going to want to start working on, there's two ways to look at it. It's either the whip drill or it's also the impact bag drill. Okay, so basically the whip drill, what that is working on making the sound of the whip louder. The louder it is, the more speed you have, right? Okay. So that's not as much power then, because you can tell, right? Now, how did I create the power? Well, that's what you have to try to figure out. Mm-hmm. What do I do? Well, how I do it is what? I create a wide and then what? Narrow arc, right? Okay. If you go wide, narrow, right, that's how you're going to get the whip effect, right? Okay. So basically, you're going to go like this. You're going to go, try to hear the whip, and then you're going to get up to it and think of it the same way. Try to think of it like, okay, I'm just sitting up here, and I'm going to try and make the whip, right? And so, let's see here, that club at speed, 91.6 miles an hour, right? Now there I could have done better with my club face slightly, but I've honestly been in the chair teaching, and so I haven't been up and down as much today. But you can see what I did is I used this motion. Now, the other part of this is this. A lot of players end up getting the impact bag, okay, to practice this as well, because remember, we want to generate all our speed here, right? Well, obviously, the louder I hit the bag or the harder I hit the bag, then the more speed I have, right? Well, that ball is obviously going to go pretty far, right? Where if I hit the bag, softer, right, then it's not going to go as far. So you can kind of tinker with those two things. It's the impact bag, how hard you're hitting it. So you can think with a ball, you can be like, okay, I'm going to make believe that I'm going to hit the impact bag this time instead of thinking about the ball. I'm going to try and give it some pretty good whip. Right? And then, okay, still around 90 on that one. Most of the time with my 6, I'm around 90. I can get it up to 95. I've even had it up to 100. But then I start putting too much strain on my body. But you can see, it's the whip, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's just do those real quick. And let's see if we can get your club, with the same club, let's see if we can get your club head speed from, what was it, 75? 75, yep. Right, and then let's just see if you can generate more speed. So first, flip your club around and we're going to use it that way and make the whip sound. Remember, to create the whip, go wide, and then we drop the elbow to make it narrower. Right, make it louder even. Try to get it to be more whippy. There you go, that's more speed, right? Right. Now, walk into the ball, right? Use that same idea. Right. Now, the reason is, watch what happened is you try to swing it faster. Watch what happened with your feet. You moved your foot first. Watch this. See what you did with your foot? Oh, yeah. Lifting that foot early like that creates instability, right? Try to keep your feet flat on the ground. But that's probably why you mishit it. It's harder to when you create speed, it's harder to be stable. So you got to make sure your feet stay grounded. Let's just try it again. That's the hardest part. As you try and add speed, it's easy to lose your state. You call it, right? 1 second here. Okay. Four more miles an hour, right? Yeah. Nice job, right? Now here's the deal. Try it again right away, but then try to remember, it's like you're trying to create a whip. Like think about a bull whip. It's like lazy and then what? And then snap. Or like how you do a towel snap, right? Think about it. Lazy and then the snap is down, right? So let me see here. Lazy backswing and then create the down snap. Wide then narrow. Create the whipping effect. It's a whip. You're trying to make it a whip. Wide and then narrow. That sounded like it had more snap to it. There you go. Look at this. Magically 10 miles an hour faster. Alakazam. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Now, that's awesome progress. Every 10 miles, so 1 mile an hour, they say with a driver is For every mile an hour is 3.5 yards. So if you get 10 miles an hour faster with your drive, you gain 30 yards, maybe 35. You with me? So dude, that was awesome. And you can see that it's a tempo thing, and the whipping has to be at the right time. Right, there you go. Let's see it again. Same thing. $88.9. There you go. How about this? Now you're up to where you belong. But as you see, suddenly it's harder to be able to create the whip because it's hard to be stable. Now think of it like this whip is going to knock you over, dude. Like get athletic. Like don't stand there like, you know what I mean? Like get there and feel like, okay, this shit's going to knock me over. I got to be ready for this. Okay. Let's try again. Get athletic. Create the whip. All right. So on that one, what's happening is as you're trying to create more speed, I think you're losing your balance. Let's see which way. Which might mean that, remember, where's the balance always best stay? Left and back left, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe while you're trying to create your whip, you're not feeling that enough, and you're falling a little bit. Let's see. I feel like you fell a little bit. I mean, you hit the heel. I think you fell this way slightly. I think you need to feel a little bit more, because there's more force. Yeah. With more speed. Yeah. Yeah, so you need to try to work your balance while you're adding the speed. Work the balance toward the back more. That's why us pros always work to the back left heel, because the force is so great that's pulling us towards the ball.